If you all join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome to the November 1st Clinton County Board of Commissioners meeting. As always, the first item on our agenda this morning is the opportunity for public comment. So if you are here and you are not on the agenda and you wish to speak, now's the time. All we ask is that you remain brief and respectful. So, that being said, go ahead.
Just a question, Rich Kelly, Sheriff, checking on the retiree insurance process, and I just talked to Josh about it, so I just wanted to, and he brought me up to speed that you guys are in the process of meeting it.
Yes.
And looking forward to it. So with that, because the retirees have asked me, some of the people that are maybe ready to retire have asked about it. So, but thanks for the update, and I'll share that with our deputies.
I will tell you one thing that would help us out a ton is if we had a specific number of guys who are retired that would be eligible and interested, and maybe some potential guys that are eligible. So people who are retired and people who are eligible. How about that?
Forecast.
Huh?
I can get you a forecast.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you. That's all I have.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, seeing no one, we'll move on to the first item on our agenda this morning, and that is United Way. We have Anita Stewart and Carol Price here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for the opportunity to be here.
You're very welcome.
So I'm here today for a couple different things, but my main reason I'm here is for United Way campaign. This is the time of year that we do our campaign. And not that I'm comparing you to the city, but I just want to show you how, if we could do a campaign maybe a little bit different, how it might help encourage participants. So with the city, we asked them to be a pace setter this year, and we did a training with them and asked them, or showed them different ways that they could do a campaign and stuff. And so our real goal this year is to tell you how many participants they had last year and to set a goal for participation, because if people participate, then automatically the numbers are going to go up for the campaign. So last year you guys had 11 participants. I don't know how many employees they have overall, but I'm thinking if you could set a goal just to get to 20 participants this year and ask for $1 a week, which would be $52 a year, which they could do payroll deduction, that would make a huge difference in your campaign. So last year you guys had $2,411.50 for your campaign, which we really appreciate every one of those dollars. Last year, Carol and I got permission to come, and we sat out in the hall here and had people come down. And so your guys' campaign actually did increase last year. So what the city did was they actually let me visit all the departments, and I got to share with them about what United Way does and how we partner with people in the community. And I think just people having the knowledge of what we do, because a lot of times if you don't know what a company does and they ask you for money, you're not going to donate. So, people might have heard of United Way. United Way's changed a lot over the last 5 years. So just having the opportunity to share with them what we do with our non-for-profits and our impact work in the community would be huge. So I spoke at every single department meeting, and it lasted maybe 10 minutes at the most. And then they did a fair share giver opportunity. So what they did was anybody who gave a fair share, which is 1 hour of pay a month, they received a day off. They called it a United Way day. So it's kind of like an extra PTO or a vacation day. And I think that helped the incentive a lot. I know I'd probably participate in that myself. And then they also had a letter of support that went out. And by them doing just those few things that they did, they also did a bake sale, and we gave them some United Way things to give away to people who participated. Their campaign went up over $12,000 just for those few things that they did. So I guess my ask for the county today is I would like to know if you'd be interested in providing a letter of support to your departments. Maybe if we could provide some kind of incentive. I don't know if you can do what the city does, but it's an opportunity, or maybe if their name would go in a drawing if they give a fair share. There's different ways that you could do it, and I'd be happy to share with some ideas of how to do it. And then if I could have the opportunity to speak with your department heads, so that would be my ask today for United Way. So do you have any questions for me that maybe I can answer for you? Yeah.
How much of the percentage stays in the county? Does
100% this year.
this year?
Yeah, so in the previous years, the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, the money actually went to their corporate office and they were supposed to funnel it back down. So this year when we went through the allocation process, they could not show us how that money was being funneled back down, and we actually spoke with the troops here. They had no idea they were supported by United Way. So this year, we set funds aside for them, and they had to come to us. I went to their meetings, and they had to come up with ideas on specifically how that money would stay here in Clinton County. And the Girl Scouts are doing a camporee, and they're going to take 100 girls to camp that the girls don't have to pay for, and they'll pay for their badges. And I think that they're doing archery, they're doing a STEM class. There's 3 different rotations that they'll go through. And the Boy Scouts are wanting to use the money for a recharter because a lot of kids can't afford to pay for their dues the second year. I think it's like $85. And then so each troop actually got a certain amount of money depending on how many boys are in their troop, and they can use that money for recharter or for camp. So 100% of the money stays local.
So what about advertising, administration, stuff like that?
Oh, well, we have fees like that, but we also do impact work. We have grants that we write that have administrative fees in it, that type of stuff. So yeah, with the campaign, we still have to be able to pay for salaries and stuff like that, but there's only myself and a part-time person. So,
Okay.
or you want to know what percentage of that is of our total budget? I believe it's 8%.
8%?
Yeah.
Then 92% goes to what special?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't understand your previous question very well.
Yeah.
And I was just going to add to that, Anita,
ahead.
that we do have dues that go to the state United Way and the worldwide United Way, but like that totals less than $4,000. In exchange for that, last year alone, we got $200,000 back from them for our impact work because we belonged.
Good.
So it's well worth the money. And when you say even like our advertising and our wages, they basically stay in the county too, because Anita spends her own money here in town. So, you know, it's all stays in town. But I also want to make sure that the people understand how much the United Way is so much different. And the reason I'm involved in the United Way is it's not just, we don't just collect dollars from people like yourselves in a job and then pass it on to nonprofits in our community to do the work they do. We still do that, but we also look for other money. We look for funds from like IU Health. We look for grant funding. So we bring a lot more money into the community. And besides providing the funds for the nonprofits, we have 3 impact areas, and I think you all are aware of the Home for a Night, the preschool, the mental health. Those are things over and above supporting the nonprofits that we always have done before. So we really could use everyone's support. It's very worthwhile.
I also want to say Home for the Night actually opens today, so I hope you guys can make the ribbon cutting 11:30. Really excited about that. So, and one more thing, we have a flyer here. Tonight is one of our fundraisers at Arnie's, and if you take this coupon or you use it on your phone, we get 20% tonight from 5 to 8. So just a little plug for that as well.
Awesome.
And if you want one, raise your hand and I'll hand you one.
Do you have to have the coupon to be able to?
You do have to have the
Okay.
coupon, so if
Or
you,
a picture of it.
a picture of it on your phone.
Oh, okay.
So, thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Well, in regards to the incentive program, I did reach out to Mark and Jordan over the weekend and proposed something. I unsurprisingly, I messed it up and said it was a day's worth of a day's pay, but it's an hour's pay per month per year for 12 months, correct? And that's how the city does it.
Yeah, starting January.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I participate as a firefighter at the city, but I wasn't exactly sure how it worked. And it was funny. I was telling these guys they would only let me buy 1 day off. I tried to donate more and get more days, but they wouldn't let me do it. So yeah, probably. Yeah.
You can still donate more.
Yeah, oh, yeah. So I think the consensus is, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Jordan about it, but I know that Mark is supportive of doing something like that here. So we would just need to kind of hammer out the logistics of how that would work. Is that, we would leave that up to the individual elected officials. There are several department heads that we do have some authority over, that we would be able to nudge them pretty hard to do that. But the rest, like the offices here in the courthouse, the sheriff's department, things like that, they're going to be on their own. But I believe that they'll be supportive of that. I spoke to Sheriff Kelly a little bit this morning, and he seems open to that. So I think from here we just need to get together and figure out the best way to move forward. So, and
We should make an appointment with too? Or?
Yeah, I think probably, let me do some thinking on it, and you can talk to me, and then I would speak to the individual elected officials here in the courthouse. Jerry can help you, get in communication with them, and then Sheriff Kelly is gonna wanna talk to you, and so on, and we'll just try to move forward that way. We're not gonna mandate it, but we wanna, you know,
Yeah,
it's strong, it gives somebody the opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should be a mandate.
Yeah.
And like Anita said, our goal is to just get more participants.
Right.
You know, just to get more
Well,
people to
I can-
participate in any way.
I can tell you from experience, that's I mean, a day off work's a pretty powerful incentive, at least it was in my experience, so, awesome.
I'm gonna lay these on the desk here, and anybody wants to take them for Arnie's.
Okay.
If they're still at the end of the meeting, would you pass them on?
Yeah, sure. Jordan, do you have anything you
Nope,
want to
I'm
add?
fine.
Okay, okay.
That's good.
All right. Thank you both very much. Okay. Oh, I saw somebody raise a hand. No?
Nope.
Karen Crum, you're up.
All right. Karen Crum, Clinton County Extension. We already went through preliminary budget hearings and budget hearings as well, and so I just have the contractual service agreement through Purdue. You've looked at it before, it should be the same verbiage. I need a signature, page 2 and 3, and then I also, they're wanting a signature from the auditor just on the
To
budget.
attest, yeah.
I have a question, Karen.
Yes.
Two questions, maybe. One's gonna take it back a few years, but the amount increased from 18 to 19 significantly. Do you know why that was, or remember why?
I don't know. I know at one point, which my years might be off, but they required a master's degree. And so where we were in extension as a whole, I mean, anybody like in the School of Ag or the College of Ag could have gotten a job without having a master's. And so I know that they did a little bit of finagling to like bring us more. I mean, if you're going to require a master's, then you need to pay a little bit because they were losing a lot of expertise, a lot of this, that, and the other. So I'm not sure if that's what happened, but I know last year that we just held flat because they asked us to hold flat. Cause it's like a three-legged stool, so we get federal, state, and then county. And if we don't get one, then the others don't kind
Yeah,
of come
of
in.
course.
And so
I think we actually,
that's what it
I think
was.
around that time, we actually did some renegotiating, and I can't remember the gentleman's name from Purdue. Was it Jason?
Jason Henderson?
Henderson, yeah. So Alan and I, worked on that a little bit with Karen, and we kind
Right.
of restructured
Okay.
some things, so.
Just curious.
And we did have 4 educators, and then we kind of
Yeah.
lost that position
Right.
when Melinda Grismer left, and then we held that for the program assistant. So we did do some finagling, we had to rewrite things. Alan Dunn was, and Clinton County is always a forerunner with Purdue. They kind of watch Clinton County, and
Right.
we base a lot of things off of what happens in Clinton County, and so that restructuring, even of that contract verbiage itself, was from
It was
Alan Dunn.
it was a kind of a accomplishment, because there was
Mm-hmm.
a boilerplate agreement that they do across, like, I think all 92 counties, or whoever has a Purdue extension, and we were able to, you know how Alan is. He
Yeah,
was able
and
to
it was like,
renegotiate that, so.
so it was good for like 2 years,
Yeah.
and then the MOU kind of got lost in the shuffle, and people weren't sure what exactly they were signing, and so now it's every year, and
Yeah.
it's very concise and clear, and you know exactly what you're getting, but it's really all driven by Purdue.
And you guys are fully staffed right now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, and we
Yep.
have been for quite some time now.
Good.
So, probably since
Since
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
That's all I have.
Questions, Mark? All right. I'll entertain a motion to approve the extension contractual service agreement between Purdue University and Clinton County.
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0.
Yeah, that's great. I will scan it in. I will get you a copy.
Okay. you go.
Thank you so
All right, awesome, thank you. Okay, next on the agenda this morning is Mr. Mike Biesecker from Butler, Fairman, and Seifert regarding a change order for the intersection at State Road 28 and 800 West.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
All right, I've got change order number 3, which is essentially just to close out
Yeah.
balancing change order for the contract. Let me pull it up here.
And this is for everybody, this is for the west side,
Correct.
at NHK.
Yeah, so this change order in particular, again, it just balances out all the other items.
Okay.
In particular, we did have had the contractor come back and introduce some restoration where the utilities came in over the winter.
Yeah.
So that was a bulk of it. We had, in all, we had 3 change orders. This is the final change order, which is a decreased contract at $23,915. So, kind of nice to see something coming back. So, I don't know if you have any other questions on that particular.
No.
Overall, here's another number, but, we did change order number 2, which is a larger change order, which took into account a line DRG, and that's the line that goes back to the north, southeast corner of the NHK property. There's some widening and stuff that we had to do in there, and some chemical stabilization, things like that, that had to change in modifier. So that's where the bulk of that was. But all said and done, we're about 4% over the contract. So.
Everything considered, and the kind of year we've had, I think that's pretty impressive.
Right.
Thank you guys for.
Next spring, just so you know, we'll do one more inspection out there. This job had a 1-year correction period, so we'll head back out there next spring and make sure there's nothing that rears its ugly head. So,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to approve that change order.
Motion to approve.
Second. Okay, motion carries 3-0. Thanks, Mike. Okay, next this morning is Mr. Rick Campbell, the county highway update. Morning, Rick.
Morning. Have a speed study with Butler, Fairman, and
Yes.
Cipher for Antioch Road from 39 to the railroad tracks. That needs a signature
Okay.
from Josh.
Okay. Was that our last meeting? Or 2 meetings
Two
ago, I
meetings
think we
ago,
talked about,
yeah.
we had a request for that,
Yeah.
and this is just kind of our standard procedure for performing that, so. Before we make any kind of decision on reducing a speed limit, we do a speed study, so. What else is going on, Rick?
We're hauling stone into Michigan Town at acre spread next spring.
Okay.
We got our new salt barn filled up with salt and sand, and I ordered 300 tons more salt, so it should come this week.
Okay.
And we'll fill our salt barn back up, and what don't fit in there, we'll mix up and leave it on the ground
Okay.
with sand, so we should be ready for winter.
I hope we don't need it.
We're working on plows and salt boxes, and we still got a lot to do, but
Okay.
we're working on it.
All right.
Thank
You guys got any questions?
No,
No? All right, thanks, Rick.
that was that change order.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, next on the agenda this morning is Liz Stitzel.
Good morning. I'm super short this morning. I don't have too much to update you guys on unless you have anything you need from me.
I don't.
We did, Josh had sent me a couple grass complaints. Kat did get out there last week and got letters out on both of those. And I think she was going to try to see if she could find a way to reach out to the complainant because the unsafe structure we can't see from the road. We
Okay.
think looking at the flyover we might know which one it is, but
Okay.
we can't verify it. So
Right.
unless the complainant is willing to let us come onto his
Oh, I'm-
property,
I'm
we,
sure that's not gonna
you know,
be a
we can't
problem.
see it.
Yeah.
So, but we did get the grass letters out, and if we are able to make contact there, if he reaches back out to you, we just need a view.
Okay, I can do
All right.
that. Yep, I see him about once a week, so.
Perfect.
All right.
Sounds good. Anything for me?
I don't have anything, no.
Have a great morning.
Thank you, all right, thanks. Okay, move on to old business. Under old business, we have an interlocal agreement between Clinton County Emergency Medical Service and the town of Rossville, which is something new for us in the entire history of Clinton County EMS. We've never had an agreement that, to my knowledge, or if there was one, it expired long ago, and you know they've always been separate from Clinton County EMS. So now we're going to join those together, and they're going to continue to provide their service just like they always have, except for we're going to provide their fuel, insurance, supplies, and then we get to keep the billing revenue. So it's really a win-win for them. It's a win for us because we get to pick up a little bit of revenue. They are a viable, vital service out there. They still run and have a nice roster. So it's been a long process. We've talked to them for, I don't know, 3 years now, Greg, and the relationship has been wonderful with their board and their EMTs. So if you haven't been involved in EMS, you don't know how big a deal this is. This is a monumental feat. So congratulations, Greg, on getting that done, and we appreciate it, and I'll be more than happy to sign that, pending any questions from these guys. So
Looks good to me.
yeah.
I think it'll be a great step, obviously,
Yeah.
for overall EMS. Enjoyed your question of insurance back in time. Jackson, I was on vacation last week.
Yeah.
I had to change my question a little bit because we already insure the drivers. We're not insuring. We make sure that we are. And the ambulance that was, decided not to take that one
Yeah.
on, so we're not
Yeah.
running that. So next one.
Okay.
But I have a copy of that. The board, I talked to them last week when I was gone, and they said as soon as the county signs that, they're gonna take it forward, have their say.
Okay.
Should have signed it off the back. So,
Do you need a motion on this?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement contract.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Greg. Okay, next under old business is approved resolution 2021-14, and this is the sale of a communications building. And for those of you who don't know, we housed some radio equipment at the water tower that was recently refurbished on the west side of Frankfurt, and since we moved our equipment, we no longer need the building that it was housed in. So the Forestry Service, I believe, reached out to us and was interested in purchasing or taking the building, and I believe, did we sell it, guys, or did we just?
Yeah,
Okay,
$10,000.
$10,000 for that, so.
They are actually out there today.
Are they?
The crane and it will be moved
Okay.
today.
All right,
Just waiting for our signature, right?
yeah, exactly.
They're hoping.
So,
Well, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2021-14, sale of communication building.
Second.
okay, motion carries 3-0. All right, we have the Paul Philippi's quarterly report. I believe that was in Google Drive.
Yep.
You guys have a chance to look that over or have any questions?
Looked good to me.
Yeah, I think
We just the flow through, right?
correct.
Yep.
So for those of you that don't know, Paul Philippi they get transportation grants every year from the federal government, and they cannot accept the grants themselves, so we act as a pass-through for Paul Philippi. So that's why we are involved. So I'll entertain a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve the Paul Philippi quarterly report.
Okay?
Second.
All right, motion carries 3-0. Add that to my stuff. Sorry. Okay, we have Atlas Excavating Pay App number 14 for the water portion of the infrastructure project. You guys have any questions about that after you reviewed it?
Nope.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion
Motion to approve
to approve.
pay app number 14 to Atlas.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. We have we already did the service or the speed study. Okay, we have our first pay application from McGuire Iron for the 500,000 gallon elevated water tower that we're beginning construction on, hopefully in the spring. And I'll entertain a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. Any other old business? No? Okay. New business. We have a new supplemental agreement from Butler, Fairman, and Seifert for the east intersection of County Road 800 West and State Road 28. and that's, in particular, would be a roundabout. And we've talked about, Chris, I don't know if you got anything you want to add? You kind of give us the Cliff Notes version of what we decided there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chris Wheatley with Butler, Fairman, and Seifert. How this came about as we were working through the signal design at the intersection. In our initial conversations with Duke, they have the transmission easement that runs across 28 there on the north side. Due to the location of the intersection, we were going to have a strain pole for the signal on that northwest corner that would be within their transmission line easement. We had a number of discussions with them. Basically, their legal and risk group came back and said there could be no option for us putting a signal pole in their easement. So we've also had discussions with NDOT, and a roundabout was discussed. NDOT's supportive of the roundabout, and there are a lot of benefits. Safety is the biggest benefit with a roundabout compared to other intersection types, as well as just traffic operations and efficiency. So this supplement includes a feasibility study for the roundabout, so we can look in detail to make sure traffic operations, safety-wise, and cost, we'll bring those back to you so you can be aware of those. And then and we've done some preliminary work, and we're pretty confident that a roundabout will work great in this location. And this supplement also includes right-of-way acquisition services for the appraising and buying of the property needed for the project. And we also have the construction inspection services as well. So for what we know right now, this should take us up to construction
Okay.
of the job.
Okay. I think it was important, and it's also important to note that when we do this study, we're looking at to making sure this thing is big enough that we can not only accommodate tractor trailer, but also farm equipment, which may be coming in and out of there, especially with Performance Ag and Wilson Trailer being right there. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
before anybody gets excited, we are taking that into
Yeah,
account, so.
we've done a number of roundabouts throughout the state in different locations, and we can account for just about any type of movement through there, any type of vehicle. We designed the roundabout at State Road 25, just north of the I-65 interchange for the Hoosier Heartland, and that's right next to IMI, and there's another trucking operation out of there. So, yeah, this is, and we're anticipating it'll be a 2-lane roundabout, so there should be sufficient room to accommodate any type of vehicle that we need to.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve that supplemental agreement.
Motion to approve the agreement.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. Any other new business this morning? Thank you. You guys got any new business?
No.
No? No? Okay. Department heads. Any department heads have anything this morning? Renee?
Update. Saturday, I held applicant testing. We lost another dispatcher that went through a Monday, Friday job, so back at it again. So I hope to
Okay.
have one, and then I do have one that is, I don't know if I told you, one that's retiring
Okay.
in January, so I'm hoping to fill the one immediately and then have the other one ready to go.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't think I have anything other than, I know my staff has still been asking, and I know probably it's more council, but just asking another ARP, how that's going, or if it's okay to ask that in here.
It's okay to ask, absolutely. It's always okay to ask. We're still working on that. And we haven't, no movement's been made on that yet. And the reasoning for that is as I can't remember what meeting I said it in, but when we decide what we want to spend that money on, we want to do it all. We want to have all of our plan together. So that's certainly a component of that. we just have to get all of our other ducks in a row before we make that amendment, so that we don't have to make one amendment and do it all at once, but it would be preferable.
Sure.
So
I just wanted
that's
to
kind of the way, yep, I understand, I'm glad you do, don't let up, keep our feet on the fire. All right, what else? Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, any other department heads? I saw Brett?
You received an email last week about meeting with Jason from RQAW about the
Correct.
feasibility study.
Yes.
I'm unsure, is that the Regions Building, is that the courthouse?
This would be for the courthouse, so more than likely, since you guys, I mean, we're kind of really at so there's the regions, there's what's going on the third floor here, renovation with American Structure Point right now. Then there's regions and the jail, which is our first priorities with RQAW. And then thirdly would be revitalizing the rest of the courthouse to accommodate offices that could not be incorporated into regions, which would include you.
Sure.
Okay, and so what we'll want to do, and I think we just decided we have an initial meeting. I think we're going to push it back until next week. So, but what it would be essentially is how much room do you need, that type of thing. So,
Okay.
hopefully that answers your question.
Sure. I didn't know if I should expect a copy of the feasibility study or
well, that's
still being generated or.
your input will be needed to accomplish the feasibility study.
Very good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll be getting back with you. Yeah. Any other department heads? Morning, Ray.
Morning, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
Good.
I'm gonna go over a little bit of the, oh yeah, why am I here?
What?
My brain is not working, I'm sorry. The census matters. We finally got our, maps, finally got our information a few weeks ago.
Okay.
So forging ahead with that, you'll be happy to know that we don't have to do any kind of redistricting.
Okay.
No re-precincting. That is a huge plus. There were, of course, some legislative changes that will have to be made. Those are just technical things that we have to do in my office. There are some technical changes that have to be made. Again, those will be done in my office, whereas the census map doesn't quite mix with our precinct maps. So those things have to be done. However, what I need from you, commissioners, we have some different options. Those are to redistrict, re-precinct, do nothing. You don't ever want to do nothing, because then you open yourself up to public lawsuits. So even if we're technically not doing anything, you still want to basically recertify with the state that you're saying, this is what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay? So I have a sample ordinance here.
Great.
It needs to be tweaked.
Okay.
Okay? I need that as soon as possible.
Okay.
So when is your next meeting?
15th.
Okay, if that could be done by then,
Oh, yeah.
okay, that would be
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
So I don't know obviously what ordinance number that would be. I can give this whomever
I will figure it
wants
out.
that.
Yeah. Tom.
So, okay.
Yep.
The only thing I need added in there is, if you could add in there the fact somewhere that we will be correcting technical, differences to from the census map compared to our precinct map, and making those changes, word that somehow that sounds, smart,
Gotcha.
smarter than me. And that is what I'll need your signatures on it.
Okay.
And you'll have to do that in an open public meeting, such as your
Sure.
normal meetings.
Okay, awesome.
Okay? Beautiful.
I'll send you an email.
Okay?
So, yep.
Perfect, yes, thank you. And that is all I need, all I have.
I've
I'm
got it.
shocked. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Sheriff.
And one thing, Friday, October 29th, this past Friday, Deputy Ryan West, I just kind of wanted an EMS from Greg Miller up on Stairway 26. I think Renee, if you heard about the call, A driver went into a ravine or a creek, I'm not real sure, but it was roof line, vehicle in the water, and Deputy Ryan West went in, retrieved the guy out of the vehicle.
Oh, wow.
The bad news is he's probably intoxicated. We're waiting on results from the toxicology and all that good things. But regardless, EMS, our volunteer fire up there, and the conservation officer, Matt Tholen, was also involved in it, but they did go in the water and get this guy out, and just can't say enough. Rossville School was there, Joe Macon
Wow.
was counting.
Yeah, I had not heard
So,
about that.
just, that's all I've got. Good things,
Yeah.
good things. And so Deputy Ryan West, I'd just like to take a minute to thank him and the other officers in EMS and the fire that were up there to get this guy out of the vehicle. So, with that, we did have a lot of rain the last few weeks, so
Oh, man.
that is a concern, and we're not a water-based community. We don't have lakes and the size that really make us think about it, but on the fire rescue end, it is something we do have to think about. And so with that, just thanks to everybody that was involved, from dispatch to fire and EMS up there and the other law enforcement agencies. So
Well, please express our gratitude to
Absolutely.
Deputy West. That's very impressive, so thank you. Yep. Any other department heads? Okay, commissioners, anything to report?
I have Britt let us know Associates Health Center and IU will be coming to the courthouse and sheriff's office to do flu shots here in early November. So just wanted to, right?
Well,
Or you changed it?
no, I think you just misunderstood. That's
Oh.
okay. Associates Health Center has the flu shot,
Oh.
so you can go out there. IU will be
Coming here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
November 9th, but we
Either
don't know
way.
the times yet.
Either way, you can get.
You
can
have
get a
it
flu
basically,
shot.
yeah. You can get a flu shot.
All right.
What
That's
else?
all I had.
I have nothing.
I got a couple things this morning. One, I had a meeting the other day with City Councilman Steve Beardsley of the Frankfurt City Council, and he reached out in regards to the potential for another trail project between would follow the old Cloverleaf rail line. So if you're not a railroad buff, the Cloverleaf line goes northwest out of Frankfurt along Washington Avenue, proceeds through Michigan Town, on up through Forest, and then I lose it after that. It goes into Howard County, I believe, maybe even through Rushville, I can't remember. But the commissioners, Howard County commissioners have reached out. They're very excited about this project. Mayor Kokomo, and they're so excited about it. They want to foot the bill to get the right of way. It would be no cost to us initially. Our expense would come in on the back end, more than likely through some kind of a agreement for maintenance and with the city of Frankfurt. So no commitments are being made. It's still very, very early on in the project. But what I would like to do with your guys' support is just send a letter to, I believe it's Norfolk and Southern, telling them that, this is something we would potentially be interested in. Can you, to kind of help motivate them to make the sale of the right-of-way to Howard County. So that would be currently that would be the extent of our commitment, is sending a letter. So I didn't want to do that without your guys' blessing. So, and you don't have to, if you want to think about it or talk to Steve Beardsley about it or anyone before you say, yeah, send a letter, that's fine with me too. We can wait until our next meeting. There's no hurry, because as you know, the railroad does not get in a hurry about anything. So, and I doubt my letter's going to make much difference, but it, can't hurt.
I'm
So,
okay with sending
Yeah,
a letter.
okay. Send in a letter.
okay,
At this point.
I will do that then. The other thing, just got a couple other quick things, housekeeping things. We did have I don't know, did you guys discuss Jerry's retirement at the last meeting? When I wasn't here, did you guys say anything, or was he here?
No, I don't think we
Okay, we
did.
just want to congratulate our Jerry Stenson on retirement from his service here at the courthouse. I don't know how long did he work here, you guys know?
14 years.
14 years of service here at the Clinton County Courthouse and our county building, so congratulations to Jerry. And the other thing I want to do this morning is extend our well wishes to Grace from the archives. She's having some health issues, so she's in our prayers Other than that, I don't have anything, guys. And I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Claim up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't see it, so
Because it was
Yeah.
facing the wrong way.
I suppose people want paid. Huh?
Not working.
No. You may have to read them. Can you read them? The totals?
Yep. We have claims dated October 22nd in the amount of $4,468.16. Claims dated October 29th in the amount of $21,634.59. Biweekly claims dated November 1st in the amount of $244,000. Screen just went black. $269,056. And court claims dated November 1st in the amount of $26,943.06.
Motion to approve the claims is read.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. Okay, in the amount, or in the matter of payroll, do we not have payroll?
No payroll.
Nobody's getting paid?
They caught up last week.
We just had two last time,
Okay.
so.
Okay, we have meeting minutes dated October 18th, 2021. I will abstain because I wasn't here, so I entertain a motion. to
I'll make
approve
a
those.
motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 2-0. What else? Yeah,
I think that's it.
all right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.